Guys, it's Hailey and welcome back to my crochet corner. And as you've seen from the video and from the thumbnail, yes, I'm going back to Joann's today. Actually, I wasn't supposed to go back today. I was supposed to go back tomorrow. But my mom asked me if I want to go to Joann's. So why would I deny that? Why would I be like, no, it's okay, I'll go tomorrow. No, we're gonna go today. And I'm going to Joann's with like a little bit of like a different reason. Yes, I'm gonna go look at the yarn because they get like new shipments in. So I want to see, what kind of new yarn. I want to see if they've restocked the black. I want to see if they've restocked different colors for like the bigger balls of Burnett. And I want to see if they have that yellow right there because that's all I have left of that yellow right there. So those are the only two colors I'm really looking for. I may grab another white while I'm there. But now that I am done with school, I just graduated. I graduated last weekend. I want to pick up another hobby. You're like, I don't have space for another hobby. Do I have time for another hobby? Well, I have a little bit more time to put towards a new hobby. And I want to learn how to sew. I have been like on sewing TikTok for like the last 2 months. And now I want to learn how to sew. And since obviously Joann's is closing, I want to take advantage of all the sales. So we're gonna go to Joann and we're gonna figure out what sewing supplies we need. I watched a ton of videos and like on my phone I wrote like a note, like a list of all the stuff to look for. So we're gonna see what's there. The last time I was at Joann's was like a week and a half ago, but my Joann's is still pretty stocked and the sewing section also seems pretty stocked, as well as the yarn section. They both were stocked the last time I went. Back outside to get a cart because there was no carts inside. There's so many people here. We got a cart. Guys, 10 days. They close in 10 days. 50% off. Oh my god. Guys, this is drastic from when I last came. The Juicy Couture. The Burnett. Everything is so picked over. This is crazy. I was not expecting it to be this drastic from the last time. I'm gonna grab another almond. This is crazy. These two are the only Dreamland yarns that I see. I'm gonna get this one. Just found this Dreamland like rainbow one. We're gonna get this. This seems so fun. I am in shock. I was expecting the yarn to go, but like I'm honestly kind of sad. Like what the heck? My heart is breaking for Joann's.
Oh, okay. You would never use this color for with the yarn. You have plenty of yarn at home that you can make yourself.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to get creative with the colors that you have. Where the bench is at, I was gonna make that a gallery wall.
Okay.
Remember?
Yes. Who are you gonna get for matching frames?
Yeah. So do you think they fit in your cart?
You can put them in my cart. Let me organize my cart. We got it? Mm-hmm. I got... They didn't have normal yellow, so I got sparkly yellow. Normal yellow. It is the next day and I'm back home, so let's do a little haul. First, let me give some info. If you guys haven't seen my last Joann's video, I'm gonna be like referring back to that video. If you guys saw that video, you guys saw I went last week and all of the yarn was 50% off and all of the yarn was still there. Like it was still stocked with yarn, and I went and I did a huge yarn haul. I think I bought, what was it, 26 or 28 skeins of yarn, and I bought a bunch of colors because they still had like so much. So I bought a bunch of different colors. I bought a few different types of yarn, and all the yarn was 50% off, and it was, they literally had all colors. It was there. Then I went yesterday, and now the yarn is 60% off. And let's go back. When I went last week, there was no closing date. I went yesterday, 10 days. 10 days till my local Joann's closes. Seeing that sign just made it even more real. But going back, so I walked inside and then I saw that the yarn was 60% off. But a lot of the yarn was no longer there. Specifically, like a lot of like the Burnett blanket, a lot of the blanket yarn was gone. A lot of the acrylic yarn was still there. A lot of the cotton was still there. Even like the Juicy Couture was like really picked through. But as you guys saw, the Burnett baby blanket section, gone. Like there was none. There was like only like green, a yellow, and some red. Everything else, the whole section wiped, gone. Then in the Burnett section, there was like a couple colors that were like sold out, but it was like still really picked through. And I feel like a lot of colors that were left are colors that I've literally never purchased before because I don't think I would ever use them, so I didn't get them. But we're gonna give you a yarn haul for the yarn, and then we'll go into like the sewing section, and I'll tell you guys about that after we do our yarn haul. So I got another skein of almond because this is a staple. It is just a really nice little neutral. Next I got, I believe this is called Overcast, and it's just a really pretty like blue. Let me double check. Yeah, this is called Overcast. It's just a really pretty blue. This could be cute. I've made a dragon with this. I've made octos with this. I think it's just a really cool, really pretty, fun color. So I got another one of that. I got another vintage white. I was gonna get a vintage white, but my mom like walked over and she's like, get this. And I was like, I have a half skein of this, and then I bought like the big, like you guys know, like the huge ball of Burnett. I bought like the vintage white one, and I was like, no, like I have a decent like amount of the yarn. And my mom was like, you're never gonna use this color again? I mean, like, yeah, I am. She's like, put it in the cart, and I was like, okay. So I got another vintage white. Also, I didn't have any like normal white, so I was like, you know what, why not? So I got another vintage white slash cream. Looks like that. Next, my mom said the same thing about this pink. I've never purchased this pink before, and my mom was like, what, you don't use pink? And I was like, I'm sorry, I'll get it. This color is called Lotus. I've never used this one. It's kind of like Burnett Baby Blanket Bubblegum, but like maybe like a little bit more muted and maybe like a little more purpley toned. I don't know. I've never used it before. I've never purchased it before, but my mom was like, you should get it. So I got one. Next I got, which one is this? This is Seagull Gray. Once again, you guys know I've been making tons and tons of loaf cats, and I felt like this would be a nice color. The last time I went to Joann's, I think I got a pale gray. So then this time I was like, let me get the Seagull Gray. And there it is. Also, if you guys haven't watched that video, you should definitely check it out to see all the yarn I got in that video. Then they didn't have any, this was the only yellow that they had. I've never gotten this yellow. What is this one called? Sun Soaked? I don't think I've ever purchased Sun Soaked, or have I? I don't recall which is the dark yellow that I get. It honestly might be Sun Soaked now that I'm looking at it. Anyways, another yellow. This is staple for bees, chicks. That's pretty much it. But I just got it because that's literally the only thing they had. I was looking for the light yellow in the Burnett Baby Blanket section, but that whole section was gone besides this one yellow in Burnett Baby Blanket Sparkle. And I wasn't going to get it, but it's kind of soft. Normally, like the sparkle ones are like a little bit like more like rough. But I got it because I wanted a light yellow. I barely have any light yellow left. And like a little sparkle, it could be cute. It could be cute. So I got that. Ooh, sorry. Sorry, guys. My mom, also when we were at Joann's, my mom was like, you gotta start thinking for the future. She's like, think about the fall colors. So I got an orange. I never use orange. I don't have any orange really. So my mom was like, here, put it in the cart. And I was like, okay. So this one is called Orange Leaf. And it's just a really pretty, just like orange. I never use orange because I feel like other than pumpkins, what else is orange to be making? And like for the orange loaf cats, I use like the mystical yarn. So I never use orange. So I got an orange just to like, oh my god. I keep like throwing it at the tripod. But yeah. And then the last color of Burnett Baby Blanket that I got was green. It's just called green, and this is Burnett Baby Blanket. And that is all the Burnett that I got. I got 3 cakes of the Dreamland Cover Story. Is there Cover Story Dreamland? I don't know. Oh, Cover Story Dreamland yarn. I got 2 of these. This color is Galaxy. And I got 2 of them because why not? Look how pretty. And then I got this one, which is called Rainbow. Could have guessed that. And I got this one because it was a super fun color. I thought this could be fun for something. But if you guys saw my last Joann's video, I got the green one. I think it was called Cabbage Patch. And I used it for dinos, and everybody loved it. But I was only able to make 2 dinos out of 1 skein. So for this one, I don't know if I'm going to make dinos with it, but I just grabbed another one just to play it safe. They also had like the black, red, and like dark gray one. But I felt like I really wouldn't have known what to make with that. Like I feel like a dragon would have been cool with that, but I don't know. So I got these 3. Now let's talk about the sewing. I told you guys I haven't learned how to sew. I've been like on sewing TikTok for so long. It's like motivated me, and like now that I have the time that I'm out of college, I want to pick up a new like skill. Like I want to learn how to sew. And when I was at Joann's last week, I kid you not, they had like 500 sewing machines. Just like piles of sewing machines. I went yesterday. They didn't have a single sewing machine. I was shook. I was shook. But they didn't have a single sewing machine, and then also the whole entire sewing aisles wiped out. And then they had fabric, but like the fabric minimum was like so much, and like I'm just like learning how to sew, so I don't want to go and like buy like all this fabric, you know what I mean? So it was a whole thing. I literally got nothing because they had nothing. But little do you guys know, today we're gonna go to a second Joann's. I was gonna go to another Joann's, and I put in the GPS to see like how far it was. It already closed, and I was like, that one's already closed, so we're gonna have to go to a different one today. So we're gonna go to a different Joann's today, check out the yarn, and to check out the sewing. I'm really hoping I can get a sewing machine. Like I'm really hoping, because I don't know who bought the 500 sewing machines that were at my local Joann's. Like I don't know who bought the 500 of them, but let me show you guys what I got from the sewing section. First up, I got this, which is like the mat, the ruler, and then it comes with the what is this called? A rotary blade, like cutter. So it came with this, and I think this was on sale for $26. I need to find my receipt actually. I don't know where I put it, but I believe I got this for $26. And I was like, you know what? It comes with all the stuff I need. This is originally $65, and I got it for $26. Honestly, not that bad. Guys, I just looked down and I forgot to show you one of the skeins that I got because I didn't put it on my desk. I got this like really pretty dark blue. So yeah, there you go. That was the last of the Burnett. Back to sewing. Everything else I got is in this little bag. So first up, I got 3 of these zippers. They were really cheap, so I got 3 of them. Next up, I got 2 seam rippers. They both look like that. And then lastly, I think everything else is just fabric. So they had like, I think it was like a 2-yard like minimum. I don't remember, but it was like a lot, and I wanted to, and I was like picking out all these fabrics, and then I saw the sign and I was like, wait a minute. I don't need all this fabric. Like I'm just learning how to like sew. So I went, and they had like a little section where they like put, I guess, the leftovers that they had. So I got these 2. This one is a really pretty like yellow flower floral, and then this one is like a green striped one. So I got these 2, and these are like bigger like sheets. And then they had, I think these are like quarter, let me see, fabric quarter, and I got all of these. So here's this one. I got 4 of this print. Then I got 2 of this gray, then 2 this black, and then 2 of this pink polka dot, just because I just need fabric to play around with and practice on. So I got all of these. So that was everything I got from my local Joann's. And like I mentioned, my local Joann's now I guess closes in 9 days. So I want to go again next weekend, maybe the day they close, maybe the day before they close, just to see what they do or see what's left. And yeah, it's becoming real. It's becoming real. It's so sad, but I am going to go to another Joann's now, and I'm going to take you guys with me. Hopefully we can find some black and white and light yellow for brunette. Maybe we find some more colors. I don't know how many colors they have of Dreamland. Maybe we find some more Dreamland colors. And yeah, this is so crazy, but hopefully also fingers crossed they have a sewing machine instead of that cardigan because it was way too hot outside for that. So I came back in and threw on a hoodie. You guys are like, that's probably not anybody, but no, the cardigans, they're like wool, so like they get so hot. So now I don't know where I put my keys, but now we're gonna go to Joann's. Guys, I really do hope they have a sewing machine. If not, I'm actually gonna be so sad. As you can see, we have made it to Joann's, and they don't have a closing sign like out like the countdown. I don't know if all stores have that or not, but we're here at Joann's, so let's see what they have. Hopefully they have sewing machines. Hopefully they have a good selection of brunette blanket, but let's go shopping. They have this whole little like section. The yarn here is 50% off, but we had white. I'm gonna grab white. This whole thing is filled with white. But this isn't the actual yarn section. The yarn section is not. They have the yellow. Let's grab the yellow. Where any of the where they keep any of the yarn, like which aisle. But the brunette blanket wasn't looking like a lot. Dreamland yarn. Look at this one. Okay. Oh, they only have. What are you doing? Stop it. But like compared to that one, which one do you like better, the purple or this one? Alright. No. Oh, let's grab some white. This one's soft. I don't need these colors. They have bright orange. I have this color. We got this color. Acrylic. They have, ooh, I've never seen the brown in person before, but they have like a whole little rack here full of Juicy Couture. Guys, I swear he's not with me. Here's the final cart. I have made it back home. Sadly, they did not have any sewing machines. I asked them and they didn't have any left. So I think tomorrow morning, I'm gonna go ahead and call my other Joann's that are not nearby, but like nearby, to see if they have any before making those trips, because my next 3 nearest Joann's are all 50 minutes plus hour away from where I live. So I'm not gonna drive, and they're all in completely different directions. Like one over here, the other one's over here, and the other one's like up here, and they're all like 50 plus minutes, hour away. So instead of driving all the way over there, we're just gonna call. Stuff real quick, nothing crazy. This Joann's actually had a sewing aisle, and guys, if you guys saw, my little brother was with me because on the way to this Joann's is his school, and if you guys have been watching me for a while, you guys know I pick up my little brother from school on certain days. So I picked him up and I took him with me. He was driving me absolutely insane. I could not even think in there. I don't even know what yarn I got because I could not think. He kept grabbing yarn and like chucking it and like playing basketball in the aisles. He was driving me insane. So I don't even know what I got, honestly, because he was driving me insane. But anyways, anyways, so fabric wise, I got these 3 fabrics. I got this pink, I got like this white dot, and then this like beige. So that's the only fabric I got. Next I got a fabric marker, erasable marker. So I got a ton of zippers. I got a bunch of different like sizes. I think, let's see, we have 7-inch, 14-inch, and then I think it's like a 6-inch or 4-inch. So I got a bunch of zippers. I got pink, white, and beige just because I know I'm gonna use a lot of zippers. Next, I got these D-rings. I got a larger one in silver and a smaller one in gold. I got that to experiment with. Then I got, this is like the, let me just read the name. What is this called? A turner and seam creaser. I got that. Next up, I got a pair of pink scissors. And then lastly, I got some elastic. And that's everything for the sewing. Now let's get into all of the yarn I found. Let's get into the yarn. So at this Joann's that I went to, the yarn was 50% off. It was not 60% off. They also didn't have like a closing like countdown sign. So maybe that's why the yarn is only 50% off. I don't know. But the yarn at this Joann's was really picked through. Once again, the brunette. There was less brunette. Well, I don't want to say there was less brunette at this one. It was like different. This one had more brunette baby blanket. They did not have much brunette. Like just normal brunette blanket. They had a lot of brunette baby blanket, but not a lot of brunette blanket. So let's get into the yarn haul. First, we're going to start off with the Cover Story Dreamland yarn. I found this purple color. It is called Purple Mountain. And it was so cute. So I got 2 of these, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I got 2 of these because I thought they were so pretty. We got 2. I'm like slowly building like my Cover Story collection, and I got these. And then they had the green that I used for the dinosaur that I got from my other Joann's trip. They had a bunch of the green, so I went ahead and I grabbed 2 more of this because I really liked this color and how it worked up for the dinos. Boom, I grabbed 2 skeins of brunette baby blanket in white. So now in total, I think I have 4 or 5, like literally full skeins of white. So that's pretty good. And of course, I grabbed 2 in black. So now I have 4 skeins full of black. I didn't know how much I should have like stocked up on things, but I think 4 to 5 of like staples. Like the only ones I have like 4 or 5 like currently in stock of are my whites, the white, black, and maybe almond, but there is 2 black added into the collection. You guys already know I was on the hunt for this color, and they had a whole entire box full of it, but I was like, you know what, I think 3 will be good enough. So I grabbed 3. This is Buttercup, and this is Brunette Baby Blanket. They all look so soft, and I'm so happy I was able to find this. These are the 2 colors that I went looking for. Well, also white. The 3 colors I was looking for, they had so much. They had so much white, they had so much black, and they had so much yellow. It was awesome. So I grabbed 3 skeins of this yellow. Next, they had a couple of this. This is baby blue. Once again, this is Brunette Baby Blanket. They had so much baby blanket. They also had, what is it called? Bubbles? Like blue bubble or something like that. The other blue that's more like a true like light blue. They had a few of those, but they were like, you know when Brunette blanket is like flat and like not really fluffy and it's like kind of rough? They were that like formula. I was like, I don't really want that. So I went ahead and I grabbed this one, which is baby blue, and this one is more of like a soft like pastel light blue. So I grabbed one of these. I have one more yarn to share with you guys, and for this yarn I got inspired by Passionate Kelsey. She's been making a lot of hexagon cardigans, and she specifically has been using this yarn. So I saw it there and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get some. Maybe in sometime in the future I will get inspired to make a hexagon cardigan. I don't know if it's gonna be for me or to sell, but they had the yarn there and I was like, you know what, we're gonna do it. This could be a fun project that we work on maybe for a couple weeks, days, months, I don't really know, but I got 3 of the Karen Jumbo Ombre. This is the color White Water. It's a very interesting name for this. This is named White Water. I would have never thought, but I couldn't remember from her videos how much was needed, but I know these are pretty large. So I played it safe and I got 3 of them just to play it safe. And just to give you guys some numbers, because I do have the receipts here, at the Joann's where the yarn was 60% off, I paid $400 for, whoa, what the heck? Retake that. Okay, at the first Joann's location that I went to, the yarn was 60% off. So for like brunette blanket, I paid $4.80 per skein, and a lot of the yarn that I got from there was what do you call it, $11.99. And then at the Joann's I just went to today, it was 50% off, so I paid $5.99 for each skein of brunette blanket. I don't know if this is your guys' sign to go shop at Joann's, but if you guys need like the little like push to like help you like justify it, yesterday when I went to Joann's, I saved $183.82. Hey, today when I went to Joann's, I saved $137.75. A deal is a deal. I will never say no to a deal. If this was if you needed a sign to go to Joann's to help like justify going to Joann's, the sales are good. At least for the Joann's I've been to, the yarn has been at least 50 or 60% off, which is fantastic. And it's like, yes, I bought all this yarn, but I will use it eventually. Especially now, I also am like really nervous because I don't know where, like, I don't know if like Yarnspiration like sells all of these colors like online, but also if you're buying it online, we're gonna have to pay for like it full price. I'm just like, ugh. But then also it's like, I'm never gonna be able to like shop in person for my brunette blanket ever again, which is so sad. And I don't know if all of these colors are gonna get transferred over to Michael's, because if you guys don't know, the Michael's does carry a brunette blanket, but they carry a different line of colors than Joann's, and I use my Joann's colors. Like I maybe own like 1 or 2 colors that are specific to Michael's, and I'm just like so sad. I'm like, what if this yarn is like hard to find? Like what if I, you know, just all the what ifs. So I was like, let me buy all my yarn now. I'll save it in my garage. I literally need to go buy some tubs, I think, to like start organizing my yarn and like storing it in my my closet or the garage or wherever it needs to be. But I paid yesterday $4.80 for all of that brunette and all the other types of yarn I got, which is insane. And you know what? We gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta do what we gotta do, guys. I literally look at all my yarn, and then I have some yarn also on the floor here. But this was crazy. I'm not sure if this was maybe my last time going to Joann's. I think I'm gonna go to my Joann's, like my closest Joann's. That's like 12-15 minutes away. I think I'm gonna go there at least one more time, like right before they close, because I know that they have a countdown, and from today it's 9 days until they close. I think I'm gonna go one last time right before they close, just to see what's left, just to see if maybe they spike up the sales on the last day, I'm sure. But with that being said, that is an adventure for another day, and I guess RIP Joann's. And I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of sad about it, but I am also happy that I was able to stock up on all this yarn. I'm also really grateful that I'm able to purchase all of this yarn at once. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see what's in store for us after Joann's is officially closed. I don't know, but all I know is that I have my yarn, and with the yarn I have, I know it can last me a while. And I think after this is really gonna help me and help us with a yarn ban. 1, I can't go to Joann's anymore to buy yarn. 2, I can't even go to Michael's to buy yarn because Sweet Snuggles Light does not exist on this planet anymore, for now. So there will be nowhere for me to go to buy yarn. So I'm also looking at it like as a good thing. It's gonna force me to actually use all my yarn, because I literally cannot go anywhere to go buy yarn. So it's actually looking at it that way, it's actually sort of, just maybe sort of, maybe a good thing for all of us. For all of us. I know I'm not the only one that has this problem. I know some of you guys also have this problem. I don't know. I didn't say it. I'm not. But with that being said, I hope you guys liked this video. Be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys aren't subscribed already. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. So